For almost 6 months, she organized her mother's retirement party the way some people maintain old buildings, constantly, quietly, and mostly unnoticed. She compared catering quotes during lunch breaks, coordinated hotel blocks for relatives flying in from 3 states away, paid deposits when deadlines got close because nobody else responded to emails fast enough. Her mother never asked directly. That was part of the pattern. Responsibility simply drifted toward whoever resisted it least. The party slowly became attached to her name in ways nobody fully acknowledged. The venue contract sat under her business account. Vendors contacted her first. The seating chart lived in her laptop. Meanwhile, her sister contributed opinions, different centerpieces, different playlist, more photos of immediate family. The tension between them had existed for years in a shape difficult to explain cleanly to outsiders. Nothing dramatic enough to justify distance, just a long accumulation of small rearrangements where the narrator somehow kept becoming less central inside her own family. 4 days before the event, her sister finally texted, not called, doxed. Mom doesn't want stress at the retirement party. It's probably better if you don't come. A second message followed immediately. Please don't make this harder than it needs to be. Then, underneath the conversation, a small notification appeared. Dad liked, please don't make this harder than it needs to be. That hurt more than the message itself, because approval delivered silently leaves no room for misunderstanding. She reread the text twice while sitting in her parked car outside a grocery store. People pushed shopping carts through cold wind around her, while the inside of the vehicle stayed strangely still. There are moments when your body realizes something emotionally before your thoughts catch up. She suddenly understood that everyone had expected her to continue financing and coordinating a celebration she was not welcome to attend, not accidentally, comfortably. Her reply took less than 10 seconds. Cool. I'll stop paying for the venue. Then no response came for nearly an hour. Then her sister sent, wow, nothing else, which confirmed everything. That evening, she opened the venue contract at her dining table and reviewed the cancellation clauses carefully. Because the booking had been made under her company account for tax purposes, she remained the sole financial guarantor unless responsibility transferred formally through the venue's accounting department. Until that moment, nobody else in the family had bothered learning how any of it worked. The next morning, she called the venue coordinator. No anger, no revenge speech. Just logistics. By noon, updated paperwork requests had been emailed to her parents and sister. Payment authorization deadlines, liability transfer forms, deposit requirements. Institutional language has a strange effect on family dynamics. It removes emotion's ability to blur reality. At 3:17 p.m., her sister left the first voicemail crying, I didn't think you'd actually do anything. Not apologize, just panic. An hour later, her mother texted entirely in capital letters. What is wrong with you? Your aunt already booked her flight. Do you want to humiliate this family then? Call me now. Her father waited until evening. His voice stayed calm in the way people become calm when anger suddenly depends on cooperation. The venue says the reservation gets canceled if nobody signs by tomorrow. Yes, she said. You're seriously putting your mother through this days before retirement? She sat quietly for a second before answering. I think you're confused about when I stopped being included. Silence then. You know how your sister gets. That almost made her laugh. Families always say that when one person's behavior becomes permanent enough to reorganize everyone else around it. The next day, her sister and parents scrambled to secure replacement financing. They discovered quickly that the remaining balance was larger than expected because she had already covered several vendor increases herself without mentioning it. The venue manager refused verbal assurances. Formal signatures were required, new cards processed, new guarantors assigned, concrete consequences. For the first time, the invisible structure she had carried became visible because it was missing. Eventually, the event survived, barely. She attended the retirement party for 40 minutes. No one asked her to coordinate seating when confusion started near the entrance. No one asked where the backup extension cords were stored for the slideshow projector. She noticed staff members searching awkwardly for answers she would once handled automatically. Her mother hugged guests tightly. Her sister floated between tables managing optics. At one point, her mother publicly thanked everyone who helped make tonight happen. The sentence moved around her without landing. Oddly, that hurt less than she expected. Near the end of the evening, while staff stacked chairs and collected empty glasses, the venue manager approached her quietly beside the exit. Can you confirm where the final floral invoice should go? He asked automatically. Then he paused, realizing, oh, sorry, they said the contract changed. She looked around the room. Her mother laughing too loudly at something near the dessert table, her sister posing for photos, her father checking his phone. Everyone still looked toward her instinctively whenever something needed stabilizing. That was the strange part. Even after removing herself officially, the role still clung to her, and standing there among half-cleared tables and wilting centerpieces, she finally understood how a person can become essential to a family while remaining emotionally optional at the exact same time.